then there's this story closer to home for me. I think you're putting together what I'm doing here. The city of Edmonton is seeking more than $82 million in damages from vehicle manufacturer Proterra in regards to a contract for electric buses. Edmonton, or rather Edmonton taxpayers, purchased 60 battery-operated buses from the California-based Proterra between February 2019 and August 2021. Now, Proterra filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection is a form of bankruptcy proceedings that allow the businesses to continue operating while it works with creditors. In the original purchase contract for the buses, Proterra committed to numerous warranty obligations and claimed the buses would achieve a certain operating range. Yeah, I bet they did. In the claim against Proterra filed February 2nd, the city of Edmonton says that the buses have never once, sorry, I shouldn't laugh, have never once achieved the operating range laid out in the contract, and there have been significant defects with the buses. Contrary to the contract specification that the buses would be suitably designed to perform in Edmonton's climate conditions and would have an operating range of 328 kilometers or 268 kilometers in extreme cold, the range has consistently been much shorter, the claim says. On average, the bus range has been approximately 165 kilometers in the winter and at best 250 kilometers in warmer weather. Mechanical issues such as gearbox failures, steering box failures, and cracking of the composite body structures have also kept most of the buses off the road. So, we've got 5 years of electric bus catastrophes in the winter city of Edmonton. So, here comes the city of Ottawa, and they say, sign us up to that mess too. Look at this. Under the city of Ottawa's climate change plan, Ottawa will spend $986 million, holy moly, almost $1 billion to roll out 450 new battery-operated buses over 5 years. So this is by 2027, and transition to a fully zero-emission bus fleet by 2036. That's more than $2 million per bus, but includes the recharging infrastructure. This also means retiring several hundred diesel-powered buses long before the end of their useful lives and replacing them with vehicles that cost twice as much. This is going to be an absolute mess for the city of Ottawa, but these are adults making adult decisions. Unfortunately, a lot of these bad decisions are being made with other people's money, taxpayers' money. But now, this is where it gets me. The green scam is stranding little kids in the Maritimes. Look at this. From the CBC of all places, 3 years ago, the PEI government rolled out its new electric school buses with much fanfare. I bet there wasn't actually much fanfare, by the way, except from the mainstream media and progressives, but I think I'm repeating myself there. Let's keep going. Now, some drivers say the buses are plagued with problems, with 16 to 18 of the vehicles in the shop at a time on occasions out of a total of just over 100. Robert Geis, president of CUPE Local 1145, which represents school bus drivers on the island, says he believes the provincial government rushed into buying the new buses, and now students and drivers are paying the price. He said the biggest problems are the heating systems, leaving some buses icy cold and leading to windows fogging and freezing up. Excuse me, what about the little people on the bus getting cold? There are also issues with air compressors freezing, which can interfere with braking, Geis said during an interview with CBC News. So not only are these things cold and unreliable, but potentially dangerous. I mean, I feel like brakes are important on a school bus. So let's summarize. 1/3 of the school buses in PEI are electric, so it's a catastrophe waiting to get even worse. And people who thought they were doing the right thing by buying an electric truck, well, they got stranded. People who think they're doing the right thing by using public transit get stranded. Cities that claim to be doing the right thing by buying expensive electric buses are stranding commuters, and now little kids are being stranded because their school buses are electric and they just don't work. And so will the federal government rethink this mad pursuit of allowing the sale of only net zero vehicles in Canada by 2030 or 2035 or 2050 or whatever they've pegged the number at now? Of course not. Because the federal government and those bureaucrats and those MPs, they'll get to use their private jets and their drivers, and you can stand in the cold, stranded with your children.